So I started thinking, what are the 5 things that bring me joy? Coming up with that list was harder than I thought. I mean, there are so many things that I can think of, but when I really started to think about it, what truly makes my inside smile with delight, what makes me feel intense moments of joy, well, that was a challenge. But here are mine. My garden is my favorite thing that brings me so much joy. My garden is something that I created. I bought a home and inherited a large backyard that had lots of fruit trees, but other than that, it was just a big lot of dirt. And I thought, what should I do with it? I spent about 6 months toying with the idea of starting a garden, but the only problem was I wasn't a gardener, and I really had no idea how to approach it, but I did know one thing. I wanted a space that was lush and beautiful. So I started buying plants and researching, watching YouTube videos, but honestly, I failed at my first attempt. But I didn't give up. I went back to it, and this time I created 5 different garden beds that I could organize by light and water needs. It also made it less overwhelming, and with determination, my garden was born. She is beautiful, even now in the winter. Each day I start with a visit to see what's new, what's blooming, what's in trouble, what needs my attention. And I love to watch the bees pollinating, the birds playing in the fountains, and the hummingbirds making their rounds between the feeders. Every season, every day is different and beautiful, and I love it so, so much. Fitty is my fiddle leaf tree. I bought him when I started a new job. He was small, about 1 foot tall, and I set one goal, to keep it alive for 1 year. But then the pandemic hit and we had to leave our offices and take all of our personal belongings. So away we went. During that time, Fitty reached 4 feet tall, and now he stands over 6 feet tall, and he's very, very happy. Why does he bring me joy? Well, Fitty is beautiful, tall, strong, and he greets me every morning when I pull back the curtains to let the sun in. Side by side we stand, basking in the sun together, looking out into the garden. I love my Fitty. These salty nacho-y chips bring me so much joy. Every day, every day, I look forward to a handful of them. I savor each piece on the tip of my tongue. Nacho. Yeah, sure, they're made from chickpeas and supposedly a healthier version of the you-know-what chip. Hint, they rhyme with burrito. Healthier? Come on, I don't kid myself. I'm pretty sure they're not good for me, but I don't care. I love them. Audiobooks, my new obsession. I just love listening to audiobooks now, and I especially love listening to them in the car. It just feels so cozy. But this year there were 4 in particular that really moved me, and I'll share them with you. They just brought me so much joy. The Covenant of Water by Abraham Verghese. This was by far my favorite book of the year. A beautiful book, one of those books that just spans across generations. It was so beautifully written, and also it was narrated by the author, which was an extra special treat. But it was just one of those books that just pulls you in, and I work from home most days, but I really looked forward to my drives into the office just to listen to this book. It was absolutely gorgeous, and I loved it so much. Next on the list was Worthy by Jada Pinkett Smith, and she also narrated the audiobook. But it's basically, she tells all, but she tells it in such an honest and open way. But to me, what makes it special is that she's incredibly brave as she unpacks her life and her choices. But really, she frames them around her learnings, which I'm sure came from many hours of therapy. It's part tell-all, but it's on her terms with such insight, honesty, and grace. I really enjoyed it. And I enjoyed the intimate feel her vocals gave the reading. I thought she did a fantastic job. And I really love this book so much. And it really surprised me. It was really unexpected on so many different levels. And I really have a real admiration for her and her bravery. Next on the list was Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey. Yep, I said it, Matthew McConaughey. This was a big surprise to me. Truth be told, though, I've always had a really soft spot for Matthew. I mean, for obvious reasons. This guy's a pretty handsome man. But I was also intrigued. So I gave it a listen, and it was really fantastic. I mean, it's him narrating his musings and the things he's learned along the way. He shares his insights and everything that he's gleaned from years of journaling, writing, and poetry. I mean, this guy is pretty amazing, actually. He's also really funny. He's very engaging. And I mean, we know this. He's very, very charming. But he's lived a good life. And I'm not saying, you know, the Hollywood life, but even before then, I mean, he's lived a really good life. It's not all been perfect, but it's very interesting and fun and funny. I have to say that I really love my car rides with Matthew. The Creative Act, written and narrated by Rick Rubin. You all know who he is. He's the prolific music producer who's produced everyone from Jay-Z, Neil Young, Tom Petty, Johnny Cash, Lana Del Rey, Adele, the Red Hot Chili Peppers. That's just to name a few. I mean, the list goes on. But in this book, he distills down all the years of being a creative himself and his Buddhist learnings to talk about the process of creating and of being an artist. He does use some of his clients as examples to make points, but he doesn't allude to who they are. You'll never know. Their situations are more to illustrate a point. So you don't know who he's talking about, but it doesn't matter. The point is made. I found this book to be really fascinating, and I found myself rewinding it several times while I was driving. But he's also helped me gain clarity on my YouTube journey and my self-doubts, which through the book I found out is actually not so uncommon. And just a lot of great wisdom and science that he drops. This is just one of those books I'll be re-listening to and actually reading. And finally, my most favorite thing are my slippers. Hands down, these things bring me so much joy. They're unassuming, they're comfortable, they're always waiting for me, ready for me from the moment I return home. I immediately look forward to slipping into them and their warm, non-conditional embrace. I was trying to figure out why they make me so darn happy. Maybe it's because I don't have pets? I don't know. Maybe that's how it would feel if I did have a pet greeting me when I walked through the door, but I don't know. I'm on my fourth pair, and I just love them so much. They're just so cozy. So those are my 5 things when I sat down to really think about it. They're simple things, but those are my glimmers, the things that bring me joy, and it wasn't really easy to come up with. So I challenge you. Think about those things that make you smile, make you happy. Thanks for watching.